Imagine a time when humans could only look at the night sky and dream about flying among the stars. Today, spaceships are real, powerful, and one of the greatest inventions of our history. But how did it all begin? Stay with us, because the story of spaceships is not only about science, it is about courage, dreams, and the endless human spirit. The history of spaceships begins with simple imagination. Thousands of years ago, ancient people told stories about flying chariots, fiery dragons, and gods riding across the heavens. These stories may sound like myths, but they planted the first seeds of space dreams in human minds. Long before rockets, humans were already imagining leaving Earth. In the 20th century, those dreams started to turn into reality. Scientists began experimenting with rockets, the machines that could escape Earth's pull. The father of modern rocketry, Konstantin Tsiolkovsky, wrote about how rockets could carry humans into space. He once said, "Earth is the cradle of humanity, but one cannot live in the cradle forever." His words still inspire space explorers today. The first real rockets were not built for peaceful space travel. During World War II, Germany created the V-2 rocket, the first human-made object to reach the edge of space. It was a weapon, but it also showed that humans now had the power to break free from Earth's atmosphere. This dangerous beginning later became the foundation for peaceful space exploration. Then came the space race, a time when two powerful nations, the United States and the Soviet Union, competed to conquer the stars. In 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 1, the first artificial satellite. It was just a small metal ball, but its beeping signal told the world that humans had entered the space age. This single moment changed history forever. Only a few years later, in 1961, the Soviet Union shocked the world again. They sent Yuri Gagarin, the first human, into orbit aboard the spacecraft Vostok 1. His famous words, "I see Earth, it is so beautiful," still echo in history. For the first time ever, a human looked down on our planet from space. The United States did not stay behind. NASA set its sights higher on the moon. In 1969, the Apollo 11 mission changed human history. When Neil Armstrong stepped onto the lunar surface and said, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," the entire world held its breath. Spaceships had now taken humans beyond Earth to another world. After the moon landings, spaceships became more advanced. The 1980s introduced the Space Shuttle, a reusable spaceship that looked like an airplane. It carried astronauts into orbit many times, built the International Space Station, and launched satellites that changed how we live every day. Phones, GPS, and even weather forecasts all depend on this. The International Space Station, orbiting Earth since 1998, is one of humanity's greatest achievements. Built piece by spaceships from different nations, it became a symbol of cooperation. Russians, Americans, Europeans, Japanese, and others live and work together in space, showing that the dream of exploring the stars is not limited to one country. Now, a new chapter in the history of spaceships is beginning. Private companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin are building rockets that can land and fly again, lowering costs and opening the path to Mars. For the first time in history, space travel may not belong only to governments, but also to ordinary people. The dream of becoming a space traveler is closer than ever. SpaceX, led by Elon Musk, made headlines in 2010 when it became the first private company to send a spacecraft, Dragon, to orbit and safely return it to Earth. Later, the Falcon 9 rocket amazed the world by landing back on its launch pad, something once thought impossible. This step made rockets reusable, a major breakthrough in the history of spaceships. At the same time, Jeff Bezos' company, Blue Origin, worked on rockets designed for space tourism. Their New Shepard rocket successfully carried passengers above the edge of space and brought them safely back. This showed that space travel might not always be limited to astronauts. Soon, regular people could buy tickets to experience zero gravity and see Earth from above. While private companies push forward, governments are still working on bold missions. NASA's Artemis program is preparing to return humans to the moon, this time to stay longer and build bases. These bases will act as training grounds for even bigger journeys like going to Mars. The dream of walking on another planet is no longer science fiction. It is a real plan for the future. Mars is seen as the next great destination for spaceships. Scientists believe humans may one day build colonies there. It will not be easy. Mars is cold, dusty, and has thin air, but spaceships equipped with advanced technology could make it possible. Imagine humans leaving Earth, not just to visit, but to live on another world. But the history of spaceships is not only about exploring planets. They also allow us to study the universe. Powerful spacecraft like the Hubble Space Telescope and the James Webb Space Telescope were launched to look far into space. They capture stunning images of galaxies, stars, and even planets orbiting distant suns, changing how we see our place in the universe. Some spaceships are designed to go even farther, beyond our solar system. The Voyager 1 spacecraft, launched in 1977, is now the farthest human-made object from Earth. It carries a golden record with sounds and music from our planet, a message to any intelligent life that might find it. Voyager is proof that spaceships are not only machines, they are time capsules of human history. As technology grows, the design of spaceships also changes. Early capsules like Vostok and Apollo were small and simple. Today's spacecraft are larger, safer, and more comfortable. Future designs may look like science fiction ships, complete with artificial gravity, advanced life support, and engines that can travel faster and farther than ever before. But behind every spaceship, there are brave astronauts who risked their lives. History remembers names like Yuri Gagarin, Neil Armstrong, Sally Ride, and Chris Hadfield. Each astronaut who boards a spaceship becomes part of a story that inspires millions of people on Earth to dream bigger. Spaceships also bring danger. Many missions have faced failures and tragedies like the Challenger and Columbia shuttle disasters. These moments remind us that space exploration is risky. But even after loss, humans continue to build stronger and safer ships, proving that the dream of space travel cannot be stopped. Now, humanity stands at the edge of a new era. With reusable rockets, plans for Mars colonies, and even talk of traveling to other star systems. Spaceships are leading us into a future once only imagined in movies. The history of spaceships is still being written, and the next chapters may be the most exciting of all. One of the most exciting parts of the spaceship story is how fast technology keeps improving. What once took decades to design can now be built in just years. Computer systems, artificial intelligence, and new materials are making spaceships smarter, lighter, and more powerful. This means the future of space travel will come much sooner than people expect. Another key moment is the rise of international missions. Countries like India, China, and the United Arab Emirates are now launching their own spaceships to the Moon and Mars. This shows that space is no longer ruled by just a few nations. Instead, it is becoming a place where the whole world contributes to exploration. China's Change missions have already landed on the Moon, and their Tianwen-1 mission sent a rover to Mars. India's Chandrayaan-3 mission successfully landed on the Moon's South Pole in 2023, making history. These milestones prove that the age of spaceships is global, and every country has the chance to make history among the stars. At the same time, companies are exploring ideas for space tourism hotels. Imagine a giant spaceship orbiting Earth where people can spend their holidays looking down at the blue planet. These futuristic plans may sound like science fiction, but they are already being designed and tested. The future of spaceships may also include nuclear-powered engines. These engines could cut travel time to Mars in half, making deep space missions safer and more realistic. If this becomes real, humans might even travel to the outer planets, like Jupiter's moons or Saturn's rings, within a single lifetime. But spaceships are not just about travel. They also help protect Earth. Satellites launched by rockets watch over weather patterns, track climate change, and even warn us about dangerous asteroids. In the future, spaceships may be used to push threatening asteroids away, saving our planet from possible destruction. The history of spaceships also connects deeply with culture. Movies, books, and games inspired millions to dream about flying among the stars. In turn, these dreams motivated scientists and engineers to turn fiction into reality. Without imagination, there would be no spaceships. The story of spaceships is also the story of human unity. Despite wars, rivalries, and borders, people come together for the purpose of space exploration. When astronauts float above Earth, They see no countries, no borders, only one planet that we all share. Spaceships remind us that we are one human family. Looking forward, the biggest question is, where will spaceships take us next? Will they carry us to Mars, 2 giant space stations orbiting Earth, or even to another star system powered by technology not yet invented? The possibilities are endless, and each new spaceship is a step closer to that unknown future. In the end, the history of spaceships is the history of human courage and curiosity. From ancient myths to modern rockets, from the first satellite to interplanetary missions, the journey has only just begun. Spaceships are not only machines of metal and fire, they are the wings of humanity, carrying our dreams into the stars.